Imagine this. You worked hard for years, you followed the rules, and after all that effort, you finally get the US green card, your golden ticket to living the American dream. But now, that dream is turning into a nightmare. What if the very thing that promised you stability is now under attack? Well, that's what's happening right now to many green card holders, especially among the Indian community. Indians are particularly worried about green card revocations, as they are the second largest cohort to obtain the benefit. By the way, as we speak, over 1 million Indians are also waiting for US green cards in the employment-based categories. But immigration attorneys are reporting a sharp increase in cases where lawful permanent residents, including Indians, are being detained, they are being interrogated, and even pressured to give up their green cards voluntarily. It's happening at US airports, and it's a nightmare you wouldn't believe. So think intense interrogations, long hours of questioning, and even overnight detentions by Customs and Border Protection officers. And it gets worse. Elderly Indian citizens who have spent years building their lives in the US but travel back to India for a few months every year are actually among the most vulnerable. Imagine you worked your whole life in America, spent time with your children there, only to face a terrifying interrogation as you step off a plane in the very country you thought you'd call home. But here's the kicker. They're being forced to sign away their green cards. They're being pressured to sign Form I-407 to voluntarily surrender their status. But here's what they won't tell you. That voluntary surrender might be a big mistake. If you are a green card holder and you are not living in the United States, you may visit every few months and consider that to be sufficient, but that is legally incorrect. Because as per the law there, maintaining a green card requires establishing and maintaining a permanent home in the US. Anything short of that can be grounds for lifting the green card for abandonment. In fact, in some cases, lawful permanent residents who are outside the US for more than a year without a re-entry permit are getting a notice to appear in removal proceedings. The US government is actually putting immense pressure on green card holders, especially those who have stayed outside the US for extended periods. Why, you may ask? Because under the current law there, if you're out of the country for over 365 days, the government can accuse you of abandoning your residence. But this is key. If you sign that I-407 form at the airport, you lose your right to challenge the government in court. You essentially lose your ability to fight for your residency. So another big question is, why are so many people being tricked into signing this form? So what's the solution? Well, don't let the airport officials intimidate you. Know your rights, fight for your green card, and as some immigration attorneys in the US argue, do not sign any form under pressure. If you're being threatened, don't back down. Your green card is yours by law. It can only be revoked if you voluntarily surrender it, or of course, due to national security concerns.